Hey guys, welcome back, and I am so ready to start 2021 off to a clean slate. I know that I've been MIA for just a little bit, but I am ready to get organized, get everything in order, and honestly to get everything deep cleaned. So today we are going to be tackling the bedroom. As soon as we're done with the bedroom, I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to the kitchen, get dishes done, and then I thought that I would take you guys along with meal prepping today because I get so many questions about whole food, plant-based meals, and really just what to make. So I'm gonna be sharing just a couple staples when it comes to whole food, plant-based eating. So we're just gonna spend all day cleaning and tackling a bunch of stuff. So if you guys like these type of videos, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are not currently subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna be sharing tons of organization tips, deep cleaning, laundry room refresh that's actually in the works right now, and just things that you can do in a home that maybe you're renting that you can't actually add your flair, how you can actually make your space livable and still your style. So let's get started.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you. And all the fake friends just keep pretending. That's how the little things get huge. Paralyzing every pore. Oh, you feel it taking over you.
So the first thing I like to do is make my bed. One of the things that I love about our bed is that it is adjustable, and given that it is king size, definitely helps when making the bed. You're actually going to see me get on the bed and just kind of sit on it as it goes down, and that's just to help pull the blanket up. For some reason, it always just kind of shifts down. Now, this is your PSA for 2021. If you have not cleaned your fabric headboard, get a lint roller and clean it. A lot of people I know for the holidays like to put different types of greenery and decor on their headboard, and that's fine. If you have a wooden headboard, you can just get up and clean it very easily. I personally do not like to put anything on my headboard for the holidays, but as you can see, it was definitely in need of a cleaning. So if you have not cleaned it, I recommend just grab a lint roller. It'll get everything. And it is very satisfying knowing that you are getting all of that dust that's just been accumulating over the months. I think that this is one of those things that you have to do at least once a month. And I will tell you that probably been at least 6 months since I've done this. So again, your PSA, grab a lint roller and clean any of your fabric headboards, your chairs, things like that.
You, if we dance in the blizzard, we are not getting cold. So keep on dancing, baby. Dance, 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 yeah, baby.
Okay, and you might think that that's dirty clothes at the foot of the bed. It's not. They're all clean. If you guys have been following me long enough, you know that when there is clothes on the bench at the foot of the bed, they're all clean. I have no problem washing the clothes. I have no problem drying the clothes. But for some reason, folding them and putting them away, I don't know. I'm very stubborn, I guess. I have no idea. I don't even try to change myself at this point. I'm 42 years old and it is what it is. Hubby already knows that when there's laundry there, it's clean. It'll get done. Might take a few days, but yeah, that's just how it is. So if you are the same way with laundry, if you hate it, comment below. I don't need tips or tricks. I've tried it all. I just don't like laundry. But let me know that I am not alone in this.
I'm not getting cold, so keep on dancing, baby.
So I finally got a new lampshade holder. I don't know what happened in this move. It was probably one of the worst moves that we've had. We lost so many things and they claimed that everything was there, so I have no idea how it got lost in transition. I know we had a lot of things going on, but I finally decided to get a new lampshade holder and get that fixed. Some of you guys had noticed in Instagram why the shades were different heights, and that's why, is because that one was missing the holder.
Think we lost but who will take?
So I've shared this in other videos that I have been using the Grove Collaborative Glass Cleaner. It has been the best alternative to Sprayway. If you guys follow me for a while, you know that I was such a huge fan of the Sprayway glass cleaner. But to be honest, I feel like this glass cleaner is so much better. I use it on my car windows on the interior, and it is streak free. It gives that extra shine. I love this glass cleaner. So I'll make sure to have it linked below so that you guys can check it out for yourself. But again, it is just one of my favorite cleaning products that is all natural and, you know, a green product.
Sunny side up, try to keep it cool. Bending all the rules, bending all the rules. It gets colder, but I hate being cool. I can't be cool to you. Even if you got something left to lose, even if there is something left for you to prove, I got bad taste of hanging around.
And yes, I did pull out my Kirby. It is my Time and True vacuum. I love it to just do those really deep vacuum pickups that I need to happen after the holidays. I do want to ask you, do you guys have a dog that just attacks the vacuum? Gigi is the smallest, but she's also like the most ferocious, but just as feisty as she can be, she can also be so sweet. I know you guys love seeing them in my videos, and they truly are the sweetest.
Excuses, I got nothing left to say. Didn't wanna stand up useless, but in the aftermath of us, I'm so sorry about the bitter end. I'm so sorry if I misbehaved. In the middle we got tangled up, but in the aftermath of us, I don't regret that much. Don't regret that.
Now, I do want to ask if you guys have an area that you store vitamins and supplements. I'm just using this little drawer pull-out thing that I found from IKEA. Right now it works. It is near the kitchen, and I have access to all of Logan's vitamins and supplements. He does take a lot of supplements daily, so I need something that is easily accessible. It's not going to be hidden. I don't have to, you know, kind of find where things are, because he does take them several times a day. And again, there's just a lot. So if you guys have a recommendation, please share it with me, as I'm always looking for things that you guys use as well.
Those little lights, la la, baby, won't you la la? Getting enough of this, my life don't come for free. I got enough of you. Of you, yeah. Liar, baby, you're such a liar. Singing out loud to the choir. Liar, baby, I'm tired. Trying to put out my fire. You didn't know I'm a liar, and you're a liar, babe. Buy me a river, talking in silver. You know it's been a while since you came around. Look in the mirror, are you getting bitter? Don't you come around no more, baby, no more. Getting enough of this, my life don't come for free. I got enough of you.
Now, this day, the dishwasher was already full and I still had so many more dishes. This is one of those days that I didn't do the dishes the day before. Maybe not even the day before that. I don't know. That sounds terrible. But to be honest, sometimes the days do go by so fast and we just have so much going on in between some weeks, in between Logan's appointments, physical therapy meetings. Sometimes there's just so much going on. And so that's one of the things that I want to remind you guys. Give yourself some grace. If the dishes don't get done, it is not a big deal. I mean, they will get done eventually, right? But don't feel like you have to be on this schedule and that schedule is causing you stress. I feel like that is one of the biggest lessons that I have learned last year is that life goes on and dishes should be the least of your concern. Scheduling your entire day so that you're exhausted by the end of the day should be the least concern of yours. I mean, there's just so much going on in our lives right now. And after the year that 2020 showed us, there's so many more important things in life. And although I have the energy and I'm doing it all today, that doesn't mean that the day before I had the energy. And so listen to your body, listen to your mental state, take note of that, and just to go with what feels okay. Give yourself some grace. I say this all the time, but trust me, these things truly don't matter. Spend time with your loved ones, listen, be present. And if that means letting a day go by and not doing dishes, then so be it. That's what that means. But I'm actually doing, I think, 2 days worth of dishes here. And that's okay. I'm okay with it because, again, it is getting done, right?
Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep in your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep. Where did it begin? Where did it end? Hanging on loose strings, unable to bend. I never listened, trying to prove it, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you.
So now that I've done the dishes and cleaned the stove, I'm going to go ahead and do just a little bit of meal prepping. This is something I do get tons of questions about in regards to eating a whole food plant-based diet. So I do like to have a lot of things on hand. One of the things that we eat a lot of in our family is rice. Not so much brown rice, but I just grew up on white rice, and that's something that we eat. So if you are meal prepping, right? It's the new year and we all have our healthy resolutions that we're sticking by. But if you're meal prepping, one of the things that I will say, especially when it comes to rice, is making sure that you clean your rice. And that is just to eliminate a lot of that starch that is left behind. And then, of course, rice isn't always clean, so you want to make sure that you're washing it, and by washing it, I just mean running water over it regularly, and you want to do this until the water is clear. So I probably do this at least 10 times where I'm running water and kind of rinsing it at least 10 times or so, but definitely a habit that you want to make sure that you are doing, especially when it comes to rice. And again, it just removes a lot of that excess starch.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different.
So you'll see that the water is now clear, it's no longer cloudy, and that's when you know that it is ready to be cooked.
You're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different.
So the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is boil up some carrots and some potatoes. I normally will leave the skin on when it's golden potatoes. If it's russet or red potatoes, I will take the skin off, but that's going to serve as the base for our vegan cheese. And then I'm going to boil some tomatillo tomatoes, some jalapeno peppers, and some Roma tomatoes. And I'm actually going to make a green salsa and a red salsa with those.
Our conversation takes to paying it some interest from time to time. Inside all that greatness and all of your adventures, you're all alone.
Now while those are boiling, I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the dishes. I'm washing them by hand. That way I can kind of clean up as I go.
You're thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble acting, everlasting ego.
So I normally like to have a lot of fresh fruit on hand. I typically will do apples, oranges. With the season right now, I don't have a wide variety, and we use actually a lot of frozen fruits right now. But I am going to go ahead and just clean up these grapes. I do use the Thieves Fruit and Vegetable Wash, and I'm going to let that soak for just a bit.
Someone hurt your feelings not that long ago, and every bit of you couldn't face the truth. That maybe you're just not that nice and humble kind. That would be a lie.
Okay, so for the vegan cheese, I have my potatoes, my carrots. I'm using some of the water that it was boiled in and some soy milk, just some plain organic soy milk. And then here is where it gets interesting as far as adding all of the flavorings to cheese. I add some fresh garlic. I'm going to go ahead and add an onion. And then the main factor for the cheese is nutritional yeast. That's what gives it that very earthy, cheesy flavor. You can add as much as you like. I will typically add maybe about 3 to 4 half cups, and then you season it with your favorite seasonings. We like Himalayan sea salt, onion powder. I add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce just to give it that smokiness flavor, along with some smoked paprika. Now you can follow Plentiful Kiki on Instagram or YouTube, and she shares a wonderful cheese recipe. That's how I started making it, and then you can just start to doctor it up however you like. And then the trick is to add just a little bit of Dijon, and it gives it, like I said, that smoky kind of tart flavor that cheese typically has. You can see that it's very creamy. Now the way that I made it at first is an oil-free version. I personally like cashews in it. It definitely gives it an extra creaminess. But if you are oil-free, leave out the cashews. If you don't mind a little bit of that fat in there, then you can add the cashews. But you can see here that it is so creamy. It looks just like cheese. Melted cheese, and this is definitely a staple as a topping on a lot of our foods.
Oh, mellow, mellow, mellow.
So if you are vegan, you know that having toppings is essential for your meals. If you are Hispanic, you know that salsa is essential, and we are both. So here I am just adding the tomatillos and the 2 jalapenos. I add some extra onion, some garlic, and then I'm just going to use that water that I cooked everything in. I'm going to go ahead and blend this until it's completely blended through, and then I'm going to add some salt. Now, this is so easy to make, definitely a great topping for your vegetables, for potatoes, for tacos, and it's great to have on hand. And the fact that you made it, it's all natural, organic, you know exactly what's in it. And then we're going to move on to the red salsa. I'm adding the Roma tomatoes, the rest of the jalapenos. I personally like it with a little bit more garlic and onion, so I'm going to add bigger chunks of garlic and onion, and then that same water that we brought it to a boil in. Now, this is one that I also like to add cilantro. You can add cilantro to the green one. I personally like it in the red one, but you know, you can add it to your liking. Add a little bit more water just to cover everything, some salt, and then we're gonna go ahead and blend. I do like this salsa a little bit chunky. Sometimes I will blend it all the way through to where it is a thinner type of texture. This time I actually just made it very chunky because we were gonna have tacos and I like a chunky salsa on it. But you can see that it looks so good, definitely better than a store-bought version, and so easy to make. And then with the leftover salsa that I had, I'm just adding it to my vegan cheese sauce. And this basically makes an amazing queso, chile con queso. So if you're looking for an alternative, this is definitely the way to go. So I was so exhausted from the day before. It is the next day and I'm so excited to get started using the Bissell Crosswave. So this is basically a vacuum cleaner and a mop in one. It will actually vacuum and mop your floors at the same time. I was so excited to use this. I got this during a holiday special, and because there's so much tile in our house, it was definitely something I felt I needed. You can see that I'm looking a little bit confused here because it was not mopping, and that's because there is a button right under the handle that you have to press. So when you turn it on, it vacuums. When you press that button, it basically mops it as well, kind of like a steam cleaner, and you can see that it is definitely getting the job done. This was so easy. Besides the fact that there's a cord in the way, I do not mind. The cord is definitely a great length, but it was just so easy and my floors felt so clean. That little bottle that I was showing earlier is basically where you put the solution, the Bissell floor solution, along with water. The only thing that I will say about this is that the solution was very heavy scented. I followed the instructions on how much I needed to add. I'm gonna see if I could probably use vinegar as maybe an alternate method for cleaning, because since we don't use a lot of heavy chemical products right now, I felt like the smell of the cleaner was just very heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what type of alternatives I can use, and once I figure it out, I'll make sure to share it with you guys.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. It cost them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Think you wouldn't
So this is the next day, and my goal was to put up some curtains in the dining area and living room. We get so much sunlight, it actually makes the space feel a lot hotter, and so I wanted to bring in some curtains to help alleviate some of that heat and that brightness that comes into the room. And I'm here just trying to show you guys that before we add the curtains, I needed to do some cleaning because these blinds had not been cleaned in quite some time. I feel like this is something that should definitely be done regularly, but to be honest, it's just gotten past me. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done. Here in West Texas, around the months of March and April, we get heavy winds, up to 50 to 70 mile hour winds. And so I know I'll be cleaning this area a lot more regularly during that time. But today we're gonna go ahead and just get all of that dust off and work on cleaning the windows and hanging up some curtains.
A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it in the touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Oh, it's toxic. I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one, but baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard. Beside me, love of mine, love me for a while. Love of mine. Trying to keep my focus right. Every glimpse of you deserts me. You're all I think about sometimes. But baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard. Oh, love of mine.
So here's the glass cleaner that I use. I actually got these stickers off of Etsy and these bottles from Amazon. I'll also make sure to link that if I can. But it is so easy to clean. I feel like this is probably the very first glass cleaner that doesn't leave streaks. The Sprayway would leave streaks every so often, especially if there was like a lot of dust on the windows. But this one, I'm able to use a squeegee, I'm able to use a paper towel, and it leaves everything streak free. So I love how it really just gets everything clean.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one. Love of mine. Love of mine. You know it still hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else, who am I to judge? I've been thinking about you all the time, but that's alright. I'm starting to get used to it, think I'll survive. I met you in the summer, when you left it was cold. Said we loved one another, guess that we were wrong.
So when we rented this house, the owner made sure to stress not to paint the house or make any changes. However, there are certain areas that has this fabric on the trim of the blinds, and I felt like he would not mind us taking them off. So that's what we're going to do. I realized that they were actually just kind of glued on. So I am taking this fabric off. I personally like a cleaner white look, and so that's what we're going to do. So again, you definitely want to check with your property manager or owner on the changes that you can make, but this wasn't in every room. It was only in the dining room and on the staircase. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and take them off.
From you, I met you in the summer when you left. It was cold. Said we loved one another. Guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer. Our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you. I'm so alone. I met you in the
So Jordan helped me bring in the 12-foot ladder, and let me tell you, I probably should have filmed that one, but that was just a chore in itself. So I've already done the measurements, and I'm going to go ahead and hang a rod. It's a single rod that is going to cover both of these windows. Again, I've already done the measurements, so here I am just adding the brackets for the rods. So you guys have been asking me to share my outfits that I'm wearing in the videos. So I'll make sure to link what I can. If you guys are following me over on Instagram, you know that I've already shared these jeans. These are the Abercrombie high waist curve jeans. I love them. They're my favorite jeans right now and so comfortable. I'll make sure that I leave that link in the description so you can check it out. And if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely head on over there because I do share so much more real life, day-to-day things, more workout outfits, things like that. So you can get things more in real time.
Talk to me, baby. I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading in all these photos, caught in the memories and captured in the highlights. Just keep on wasting. Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around. Drowning our fights in whatever can be found. 'Cause I've given in to all my demons lately. You know, might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
So you can see that the curtains are not a really dramatic addition to this space. They are white. I was a little hesitant going with such a bright white is the color that I got. But because they're sheer, I think that it allows the light to come in perfectly. Not only that, anytime you are working with warmer tones in your home, so we have a lot of these beige tones that kind of give off a yellow vibe, you definitely want to bring in some cooler tones to just help offset that warmness. And so if I was using ivory or oatmeal, it definitely makes the walls look more yellow, and I was trying to avoid that.
Whatever can be found, 'cause I've given in to all my demons lately. You know, might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
Another thing that you want to do when you are changing the tone of a space is the light bulbs. So when we first moved in here, all of the light bulbs had that yellow kind of glow to it, and I knew right away that I wanted to change that. So because I wasn't able to reach this one, I'm now changing the light here, the light bulbs here, to daylight bulbs. They're pretty much changed throughout the whole house. All of the bedrooms, the hallways, and then other areas that I can reach all have the daylight. So I'm basically exchanging them out.
In the highlights, just keep on wasting. Might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier. For you, I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
And you can see in just a minute the difference that having daylight bulbs makes. It literally just brightens up a space. And because the daylight tends to have a bluish hue to it, it's going to offset some of that yellow, warm coloring that the off-white and beige will typically give in a space.
Think we lost our, but who will take the
So because this is a bay window, I am measuring everything so that the rods are basically going to touch up against each other and allow me to have kind of a seamless flow when it comes to the curtains. So you'll see that in just a minute. So I'm basically putting the ends on one side of the curtain rod, but not on the other side. And then the middle does not have any ends. So it just kind of gives that very seamless flow to the curtains. But yeah, here's the finished product. I'm not sure if I love it, but it definitely is going to work for us right now. But yeah, that's it. This was a very busy day and I'm exhausted, but I hope that you guys enjoy these type of videos. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with just a little bit of our Christmas home decor. I didn't get a chance to share that with you previously, so I hope that you guys like these type of videos. I hope that it motivated you and inspired you to get things done while giving yourself some grace. If you can't finish it all in one day, that is okay. Give yourself some time, be present with your family, enjoy the people that are around you, and I hope that you guys are motivated and inspired. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. If you're not currently subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you get notified on all of my upcoming videos. And as always, guys, I love you and I will see you in the next one.